Good morning, guys. So we have a lot of new stuff to show you, a lot of fun stuff going on in the shop. I'm Kimberly with Fat Quarter Shop. But one thing that you guys always ask, and you're always asking, how do I get so much done? And I thought maybe today I could just show you how I chain piece, how I press, how I do a lot of the stuff so that it can save you time maybe in your sewing room. So I decided to pick a really easy project. We have this table runner. It's called Avondale Tablerunner. We have a coupon for you. It's Avondale 20. We're going to put all that in the show notes in the description box with all the terms and all that. But you can use this to get 20% off. And I just wanted to pick something quick in the shop that I could just chain piece. So I've cut the fabrics already, but this is using a mini charm. So I'm just gonna go straight to my sewing machine and I'm just gonna do stuff like I normally would. I'm gonna sew fast like I normally would, do everything like I normally would, and you can ask questions. But it's just a way to show you how I get a lot of stuff done because I don't really have as much time, and I'm sure a lot of you guys don't have a lot of time. And so I'm just gonna get started. And we're gonna go about 30 minutes to see how much can I get done in 30 minutes. So I have these little mini charms. I'm just opening them, and this pattern uses 4 patches. So it says that from this I need to make 21 4 patches. So that means I'm just gonna like start going. And I have my 1/4 inch foot on. I stitch with about a 1.5, 1.75, and I am just going to start. So let's see. Of course I'll go slower because I'm nervous, but and it's supposed to be scrappy, so I literally am just putting whatever together. So what do y'all have plans for the weekend? This is the first weekend that I'm going to be home just with nothing planned for a long time. Emma and I have one little plan today, but it's kind of a plan. We're going to try to surprise Kevin with something, and I asked her this morning if she was in on my cahoots, and she said, yeah, I'm in. So I'm gonna maybe do that today, but I am gonna take a nap today because I have been filming all week with Priscilla and Chelsea, and I'm sleepy. I'm sure they're sleepy too. It was a lot of fun. So I really hope I can get a lot of this table runner done before the end. But you can see that when I sew, it's all like I just throw stuff together. It's meant to be scrappy. It took me a long time to really get to that point where I could do that. But this is basically how I get a lot of stuff done. I do need to catch up on my Harry Potter and my vintage block along. I'm not caught up, but this weekend I want to kind of take it easy. So I might get caught up and I might not. Depends what I get done. Kevin broke Emma's bed about 3 weeks ago, and it's being held up by a bucket, and I don't think it's I don't think it's fixable, and I don't really want her to break it any further and like mess stuff up. So we might be going to get her a bed this weekend. We might put it off a little bit longer. I'm not sure.
A few shout outs to the people saying what they're doing this weekend. Someone is going on a bike ride with their kid. Somebody else is making a wedding dress, and I think it's a wedding dress. Somebody else is working on a quilt sandwich.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Yes, I am ready for spring and a break. And usually when I sew, I have a TV right behind Lily's head. I watch true crime stuff or podcasts. So I'll just watch TV. The boys used to come in here with me more, but we have the Wi-Fi in our house is messed up. It's been messed up for a while. And the Wi-Fi no longer works in here. So that also stinks for me because I can't really listen to my podcast unless I leave the room, download it, and then come back. So that's also on our list for this weekend. Kevin's going to try to fix it. He spent about 5 hours on it already, and we don't want to call somebody. But we don't know what we did, but we messed it up. So that is on my list too. And next week I will be at Lori's house on Monday morning. I am flying out super early. We are going to do a photo shoot at her house. We will be there 5 days, and on Friday morning next week I will be strictly showing you everything from Farm Girl Vintage 2. We'll just basically take every quilt in the book and just show you. It'll be just like a little trunk show. I probably won't get all the names right, but you'll get to see in person like all the fun stuff coming. In her book. It's gorgeous. Oh, and I have one of the things I'm going to show you. One of the things from the book. I quilted it last night. So I do have that to show you also. I did there's 8 doll quilts in the book, and so I quilted them on my Baby Lot Sashiko machine, and I got the last one done last night. It still needs the binding, but the binding is going to be done.
Someone said they're gonna go see their daughter at college, and they were like, "Sorry, Kimberly, it's A&M."
Oh, there was like a tornado there this week or something. Oh, I don't have an affiliation. It's Kevin that does. I could care less. I could care less. It's a good school. A lot of my friends' kids have gone there.
And then Lori says she's getting ready for the 2 of us to get there on Monday.
I know. I have to pack. That's one thing I do need to do. But you know, I think I might just bring all my t-shirts, all of Lori's shirts, my shirts, Priscilla's shirt, everybody's shirts, and then I just have a bunch of t-shirts, and then I don't have to really pack a lot because I'm too tired to pack. So yeah, I think I'm just going to be really casual. So if you see me in pictures, I'm just going to be totally dressed down because I got no time for that. And I will say the Farm Girl Vintage shirt, people really like it. I went to the car wash, and there was this guy who was like, "I love your shirt," and then I didn't want to be like, "Oh, you could buy it for me, and here's my website." I didn't say that because I didn't want to be a dork, but I thought that was kind of cute that it was a man too. He's like, "I love your shirt." But yeah, I had to get my car washed because Priscilla and Chelsea came, and my car is usually, it's not like disgusting, but it's not good. And it's kind of nice because it makes you kind of get yourself together.
Do you want to take a few questions right
now? Yeah, and I'm about to go to I'll take any questions, and then I'll be at the ironing table, and so let me just finish these so I can hear. Hold on. La 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 la. Hold on, let me get them. I'm trying to go fast. But this is literally how I sew. Like, y'all think I'm kidding, but this is really what happens. In my and sometimes my kids will all say, divide out make stacks. They'll do that, but what are you laughing at?
Sorry. Noreen Kilby said, "Kimberly, that man was flirting with you."
Oh no, I don't think he was. I don't think he was. I don't think he was. He was no. I think he was like a farmer. No, he was like, no, he was my grandfather's age. So here I've got this whole thing. And what I'm going to do, they're going to be 4 patches. So I'm going to go to the ironing table, and I'm just going to cut like this so that I have a 4 patch kind of going. And I'm just going to iron, and y'all can ask me whatever you want. And,
okay. Gabriel Fuentes was asking, as a general question, if time allowed, would you normally start your mini charms?
No, because this pattern uses mini charm packs that finish at 2.5, and if I starched, I would make them smaller. Now, if I needed a 2-inch square for my pattern, yes, I would. But no, not on this. And this is also just a table runner, and so it's like a 2-hour project for me, maybe quicker. So I'd probably just sew it and be done.
Dolores on Facebook is asking, is that Serger thread you are using?
No, that's Aurifil. That's Aurifil color, I think 2000, or I could look at what color, 2000 or 2309, and it has, I switched to cones recently because just thought it would be easier. So no, it's Aurifil 50 weight. It's a lot easier to wind bobbins when you have the cone.
Deborah Henderson says, are there other videos you filmed that we can see with Priscilla and Chelsea yet?
Not yet. I mean, yeah, Lily had to sleep last night. So we're planning to release all of them in the month of May. And they're just going to be, some are on our channel, some are on their channel.
But they'll be on the Floss Tube channel.
Yes,
yes,
Fat Quarter Shop Floss Tube. But they're going to start coming out next week. But I mean, we have to have time to edit and all that. Like we filmed and we have, I don't know, 20 hours of footage. We have to edit it all out. We can't just like release it. It's not.
Yeah, it takes a little.
So we're gonna do the FQS Stitch Mania. It's gonna start next week. It's cross stitch related, but that'll be the first video, and that will be on Fat Quarter Shop Floss Tube and on Priscilla and Chelsea's channel next Wednesday. So that'll be the first one, and then after that, stuff is just gonna come out as it comes out. Mm-hmm. I don't want to go through the whole.
Yeah, the whole list.
The whole list. That I can't do that. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Y'all want to know the truth? I'm sleepy.
But there's more than 10 videos, I think, that we'll be releasing.
And there's a lot of videos on finishing, and she finished Lori's stitch cards. So cute. I'm going to send you a picture today, Lori. I forgot to take one, so I'm getting a picture today, but it's really cute. Mm-hmm. And she did lots of tutorials on how you can use magnets for your projects. Magnets and washers, and so I learned a lot. I got frustrated yesterday because I screwed something up, and I was like, Chelsea, you have to do it. I can't do it. Anyway, I'm not good at some things, and finishing would be one of those.
All right. And Wilma Evans was asking, are you pressing your seams all the same direction right now?
Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm pressing one direction, and then I'm turning it around and pressing it the other direction. So like I pressed all those this way, and then to make it easy, I turn it around and press it the same way, and then that basically, they go opposing directions. And I just feel like I get a better result if I don't press backwards.
Jesse Power says, Kimberly, how do you maintain accurate seam allowances when you sew so fast? I'm always afraid mine will go off track, so I sew pretty slow.
Oh, I've just been sewing a long time, and I've got a 1/4-inch foot on that machine that puts the fabric right on the edge. And I've just been doing it so long, I would say it's just experience, but my stuff is always accurate. If I start sewing and it's not accurate, I stop sewing for the day and go back to it another day, because it means I'm tired or just, maybe not in the mood, or just can't do it that day. So I really don't have a problem with it. I say I think it's really the accuracy of that 1/4-inch foot that I have, and having one that has a guide, because it just keeps the fabric right on the edge.
Oh. Lori says, Kimberly, I'm so proud of you for sewing Scrappy.
I know. Lori taught me. Lori taught me. I used to not be able to do this.
And on that same subject, where was it? Oh, there we go. Megan Cooper was asking, can you talk about how you picked Scrappy so fast without planning?
I just did. I just opened the charm pack and put different colors. Now, some of these I have fabrics that are touching each other. So when I get to sew those, I won't sew those together. I'll just cut them apart and pair them with something else. but I'll do that once I get to the sewing machine. But this is just makes it easy if they're chained together to just be able to press them. Because really what I'm trying to show you is just how fast you can sew. I mean, if you're comfortable with that. Because I just get questions all the time about how do I get stuff done. I just go real fast. But I also chain piece, which is what you're seeing. And sometimes I can get my kids to cut apart. I mean, I can get my kids to do a little bit. They'll take the paper off the, that's huge. I mean, and sometimes they love to do it and sometimes they hate to do it. And sometimes what I usually do is if I'm smart, I just go up and say, which one of you wants to do it? And then they fight over it. And then that's the best way to get them to do it. Or if they won't do it, I'm like, I got 20 bucks in my pocket, but usually I don't have any cash, so I usually can't do that. But I mean, like sometimes it'll take them hours. So now I've just got a stack. I just go back and I'm just going to pin in the center. And if I have two that have the same fabric or touching or something, I might cut them apart and then just pair them with a different thing. But I don't cut my little thingamajiggy in the center. Like I don't cut that. I just make the seams nest by feel, by touch. And I put that pin right in the center. And I'm gonna also tell y'all, Lori sews faster than this. So if y'all think I'm sewing fast, you forget it. Lori has like a little featherweight, or I don't know what it is, that she has like a million of them, but when you sew with Lori, Lori can outsew anybody. She can outsew me, she just goes. Because I think that featherweight is faster than this. And she chain pieces. She also has, she'll set it up where she can iron, like right here. So then that saves her time. But yeah, I mean, I'm not the only person who sews fast. And I usually have so many projects going that I've got to sew fast. One thing that does help is I have a little personal fabric helper, and that would be Lori. So a lot of times I'll ask Lori, does this match? And so she'll help me. No, it doesn't, so that I don't waste my time sewing something that doesn't match.
And lots of people have been asking, what machine are you sewing on? And do you have a recommendation for an affordable machine to start out with?
So what I'm sewing on right now is a Juki TL2010Q, and we can put a link in the description box of, you can just buy it on Amazon. I have 3 of these or 2 of these. I can't even remember. I think I have, I don't even know. Because I have machines at work, but I bought one on Amazon, and then I bought, yeah, I bought them both probably on Amazon. This is what I use for a beginner machine, like an Eversone or Burnett, or there's a little machine called, there's a little Janome called Janome Gem, and I think it's GEM, and you could also purchase that on Amazon. So we can put a affiliate link below to that, but that is I've never sewn on it, but I've heard from people in class that that's a good accurate machine, but also not too heavy. This machine right here is very heavy, so I will tell you that so here I had these 2, they touch, so I'm just going to swap it out with the one right next to it, the one right under it. And we're trying to get 41 of these, so I'm going to just go ahead and finish the stack, and then we're going to see where we're at, press, and then just, this is a great pattern for if you're just trying to do something that's a gift, or if you need to make a baby quilt, you could just do like 4 patches and 4.5-inch squares, and you could do it just this fast with a mini charm pack if you need something for a baby shower gift, or home housewarming gift, or okay, these 2 also touch, so I'll just move them with the next one. Just something quick, because a lot of, you know, if you're going to give something that's a gift, you know, they don't know that people don't really know the difference between like something really complicated and a 4-patch. So like if I was gonna give a gift, I would just do like a 4-patch because they're gonna love it just as much as something hard. So I am like, and again, this has a coupon. The coupon's in the box below, but this is Lucian fabric. I don't remember the name of it. Maybe Lily does. Let me see. It's right here. Woodland Rose, Jera Brandvik. And it's really pretty.
And can you tell us what kind of light is over your sewing machine?
Yes, this is a Stella light, and we sell it in the store, and we can link to it in the box below. What I love about it is there's no heat at all. So I can touch it, my kids can touch it, you can play with it, you can do like different, I don't know what you even call that, Lily, I don't know. Different moods or different...
It's different color temperatures, so you can change it from like blue to yellower to whiter.
Yeah, and I have one here, and I have one over there, and I need one more. Like, I don't know. It gets really dark here at night. There's no street lights, like hardly at all in our neighborhood. And so when it gets dark here, it gets dark because you don't have any light coming in from outside. And I need a light. What do you call those things? Like a light kit put on my ceiling fan, but that's like on the list of never gonna get done because first of all, I don't want to pick one out, and second of all, like we'd have to move this table. Like I don't even know. Kevin needs a break. I need a break. I know he doesn't want to do it. I don't want to do it. We don't really know how to do all that stuff. We're not very handy at all. We're not handy. We need somebody to help us do it. Okay, I've got 2 or 3 more.
Barbara on YouTube was saying, I've heard I shouldn't use pre-wound bobbins, but I heard you say you use the cones because it's easier to wind bobbins.
So I wind, okay, this is like ridiculous. These are my bobbins. So I don't remember the name of this bobbin case, but we do sell it. I don't remember the name of it, but basically I have this many bobbins and I will fill at one time about all of that to cream. All of it, like all of it. And so now you can see that I've used up these. And I just keep them wound, and then I have this is how ridiculous I am. I have another one with more bobbins. But I like to just wind like 30 minutes worth of bobbins. And then on the bottom side, I'll have colors or gray, because I don't use gray as much. But I don't use pre-wound bobbins. I've never tried them. I just prefer Aurifil, and Aurifil doesn't sell pre-wound bobbins. Now, if Aurifil had pre-wound bobbins, that would be a different thing. But I only sew with Aurifil, and I do think it's important to have the same top thread as the bottom thread. But like my friend Ann Sutton, she uses pre-wound bobbins all the time. So again, I think it's personal preference. But I just, when I run out of, I'll wait till I get to the very last one, and then I just take this and I just go, and then I watch TV while I do it. So yeah, I do, and that's like an efficiency thing. Like if you wind all your bobbins at one time, it just saves time. In this machine, I can cut the thread on my foot, so that's how I'm cutting this. And so now I'll just cut them apart, and then we're just gonna press them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 21 exactly. Okay, so now I'm gonna just set the seam in big stacks, press to one side, and then how much time am I at, Lily?
24 minutes.
Okay, so in 6, and I'll show like kind of the next So I could be totally done with this in about an hour, 15 minutes. Like if I had, probably take me 45 minutes to finish from here, everything. And I've already cut my 4.5 inch squares, which was really easy. I did that before Lily came. Everything's kind of a mess, so I haven't had time to clean my sewing room this week. I have been sewing though. I've been working on Lori's doll quilts. They took me a long time, but I finally think I fixed my machine. I keep saying that, but last night I didn't have any trouble with it, so.
Lydia on Facebook was asking, are you liking your sashiko now?
Yes, now that I got it working. I think I had this one little piece in the wrong area, so I think I've got it down. It just took me forever to figure it out, but that sounds like me. So I think I'll probably just stop here. I've got all my 4 patches, and I would just chain piece and follow the pattern for the rest. I do have these little things that are left over from my scraps that I was going to mention. These are just leaders and enders. I didn't use them because I was chain piecing, but it's just a way to, if you're having trouble so that your thread doesn't cut undone. I'm just going to put all this back in order, but that's what you can get done in 25 minutes. So super easy, and sometimes in between projects I like to have like easy, hard. I never want to be doing all hard at one time because then you just get frustrated. Like right now I'm so behind on the Harry Potter and the Lori one. I'm going to get caught up on Lori's by the time I get to Lori's house. And the Harry Potter though, I'm so behind, but it just takes so long to cut and I just haven't had a second. So I will, here's my border fabrics. I'm just going to put all this, I'll keep it kind of like this so that I've got everything together, and then I've got my little binding fabric. And what I would do at this point is put it in one of my boxes, my little, that's a mess, one of my little, like this. Like I would just put it in, all in here, and then when I go to it, like it's here, and then when I come back to it, it's all in one spot, and I just know, and I try to keep everything in here because if it's in here, if this is full, I can't add anything. Like this is my rule. So like if I've filled this up and I want to add something else, I can't because I got to finish what's in here. The one thing that I do need to finish is the Moda Blockheads quilt. I really only have like 5 or 6 left, and that's going to take me about 2 days, but I do have all the pieces like in sections, and I kind of love that quilt. So there's that.
Can you show us the table runner one more time?
Oh yeah, it's so soft too, and whoever quilted this did a great job, and it's one of my employees, and I feel really bad because I don't know who did it, so I can't give them a shout out, but it looks really nice. They used like the serpentine stitch, like that up and down, and so they did it on their home machine, and it looks really nice. So that looks really good, and it's really soft. I think they must have used 80/20 batting. It's so soft. So I've got that, and then now I've got to hold my bag of tricks right here. We have been sewing along my quilt I showed you a couple weeks ago on the Vintage Christmas book. There's a 2-color quilt section, and we're having a sew along, and so we're showing you in all the colors. Our denim kits will be back in stock next week. The fabric shipped yesterday from Riley Blake, and these are a combination of last week's blocks and this week's blocks, and all of this is on our blog. So we've got aqua, pink, of course I love pink, brown, beehive, and I believe these are this week's, red, and all my employees did these and they did a great job. Thank you to all of them. I don't remember, it's too hard to remember the color they did, but okay, this is the green. This is Lily's. I know Lily did green. And then this is last week's block, and this is the yellow. And the aqua. Green. Sea glass. And Lori was wonderful enough to put all these colors together for us. Nutmeg. Kevin, the denim one is hanging in Kevin's office, so that's totally awesome. Pink and red. So I didn't have them with me last week because we were working on something, but we're all caught up, and so if you want to sew along, that's a great way to sew along. We've got all the free PDFs. You do have to have the book to follow along, but we're just showing you where you would put the solid or the light print or the gingham, but you do need the book. This is, okay, so Lori, here you go. This is the very last doll quilt, and this is all half square triangles, and you can see my Sissoko machine. I guess you can see the stitches. It did a great job, and that is going with Lily. It just needs the binding. And so I'm gonna show you all the quilts next week. But this group, I wanted to show you the Azure Skies. I love it. I would love for you guys to tell me what to make with it because I love it. It's got this like Southwestern feel, but the colors are awesome, and it's very Bradley Blake. And I just like it, so I just was like, I'm gonna just show y'all because it's cute. I don't have I can't show you all the fabrics, but it's really cute. And then this was really popular last year. We're gonna have this on our blog. This is a tote bag, fabulous trick-or-treat bag. And so we did this last year, and it was so popular, like we sold out right away. So last year we did it with Dot Dot Boo, and this year we're doing it with a Riley Blake fabric called Fabulous, and that came in, and it's super cute. So I just want to show you guys, last year we sold out pretty early, so we did buy more this year, so hopefully that won't happen again. I brought this because it's different and I liked it. It's called Merriment, and there are actual stockings that are pre-made. I don't have them with me, but she did some really cute pre-made stockings. But I just love, I don't know, I just like the originality of the stockings. Like you can put this panel in there, and so it looks like you did applique, but you didn't. So I just think it's neat. And I really like gingerbread stuff. I think it's nice. And then we also have another thing going on our blog that's free, because we're always trying to give you guys free stuff to use up your stash. This was made by Nancy, and we use Butterfly Haven fabric, and this is the Picnic Time block. So we had gone to Riley Blake last summer, or sometime, I don't know, last year, sometime. Spring. And we did a free pattern called Picnic Time, and you can find that on our blog. And we have a link to the video below, but this is just showing you how you can take one block, you can make a quilt, you can make a huge quilt, you can do one block, and this would be so cute on like a side table in your house. And then this one is fabulous. Susan made this. And okay, so not only did she make this, it's got Clover Hollow by Sherry and Chelsea by Moda. Look at the quilting. That was all done on her home sewing machine.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. That is talent, guys.
Wow.
It's amazing. And I don't know how she did it. I don't know if she used a template. I'm going to ask her when I see her. But it's really pretty, and I love her color choices. This is... so you could make one block, you could put 3 blocks. I think the one that we had done was 3x4, which is like a lap. And then also this is Memoranda collection. Teresa in customer service made this. And hers, okay, I'm going to take this out so I don't put myself. This is so awesome. It would be so great for like I don't know, like a farmhouse or... but look at that. I just love that that sashing fabric. So this is the original size that we had written the pattern for. But this is like another thing that we're just showing you on our blog to provide inspiration, to give you free patterns, to show you what you could do, how all my wonderful employees put all this together for us, just to show you what you can do at home and show you different styles. Like there's Moda, Free Spirit, Wilmington, just to show you just a variety of stuff, and hopefully inspire you to get sewing in your sewing room. I cannot wait to see how she quilts this. This is awesome. I mean, and then look at the little, she added these little cornerstones. I don't even know if that is in our pattern. It might be. I can't remember, but those cornerstones look awesome in those letters. So that's what I have for you guys today. So I'll take any questions. Next week, remember, I'm going to, next Wednesday, my live stream on the FQS Floss Tube will be about our FQS Stitch Mania. And next Friday, I will be at Lori's house, and I will be showing you all of Lori's stuff. And her dog, maybe I'll get to show you her dog. He doesn't like me. Toby. I might have to take some treats or something. He growls at me. He says, "Rrr." It's a crazy dog. We call him Psycho Dog.
He's funny.
Yeah, I don't know about funny, but...
Okay, question from Mary Bulchos. She says, we reserved a backing for the cream and sugar block of the month. When will it ship?
Kate will have to answer that. I don't know the answer to that. I'm sorry.
Anne Lane says, do you press your entire quilt tops on that same pressing station?
Yes, I do. Absolutely. And so what it is, I've had a lot of questions over it. Sorry, this is my OCD. I gotta clean it up. This is just built on top. It's like plywood, and it's just like a big board. Like if you ever bought the big board when they were super popular. And then my uncle we put batting, and then this, and then he used his staple gun and stapled it down for me. And I'm gonna unplug my iron so that I don't burn myself. But it's just a board. And I have a little bit of room back here, and so like if I'm ironing and I need it to keep going, I just have that space and I just tuck it back there.
We have a new YouTube member, BT. Confetti cannon for BT.
Thank you.
Yeah. We will hopefully have something for them next week.
Yes.
Okay. And Roxanne White says, what are the names of the flower bushes outside the window?
Okay, somebody told us last week, and
I believe they were knockout roses?
Yeah, knockout roses.
Yeah.
So these are all in my backyard too. They're lovely. We don't really do anything. We don't do fertilizer. I don't do anything. But they're just beautiful. But they were here. I'm not going to take any credit. They were here when I moved in. The person who lived here before had them, and they have them all in the backyard. It's beautiful.
Michigan Gal 001 says, is the Eat Sleep Repeat shirt true to size? I'm getting ready to order. Yes,
so it's true to size, and everything I've read online from people who have bought it have said it's true to size. So this is a same exact brand. This is a large, and I usually wear a large, and so there's like a little bit of room. It's very soft. It's not too thin. And I mean, I wear size 10 pants, if that helps. So large, that's what I am. I don't know. I think it's very true to size.
Ann Weber says, are the cross stitch blocks on Lori's stitch cards the same size as her previous fall and Christmas samplers?
I believe so, yes. They're 24 stitches wide. Yes.
Okay.
And she has a brand new stitch bag. It's really awesome. And I was supposed to show it today, and I'm really sorry I left it at work because I'm a hot mess. But she has a new bag. We'll show it in next Friday's live stream, and how you can use it for quilting, you can use it for cross stitch, you can use it for like if you're a student, or you're on a picnic. It's really useful for a lot of things. It doesn't have to just be quilting, and it's super cute.
All right. Dora Pearl says, love your setup with the ironing station. Is the wall one you can put your blocks up on? Is that wall one you can put, like, is it a design board?
No, this is like wood blocks that I bought from someone. Lily knows the place. I can never remember.
Rain boots.
Yes, I can never remember, but no, it doesn't. And I don't have a design wall. I never have. I just don't have. I don't like the way it looks, to be honest. But I use my floor. And if my floor, like where Lily's standing, if it's not, it's usually big enough. But if it's not, I'll just go in the living room and do it. I just don't want. And then you have to like clean it, and it's got like, I'm OCD, and it's got like threads coming off of it. I'm like, no. Lori has a cute one though. She does have a cute one.
Josephine Lamalai says, good morning. Can I use a 5-inch block and cut it into 4. Just wondering if it's possible with the mini charms.
Yeah, you can just cut the little squares into 4. You can cut a charm pack into 4 2.5-inch squares, or you could cut a Jolly Bar into like 8 2.5-inch squares, or you can cut a layer cake into 16 2.5-inch squares. So you've got a lot of options.
Now we have another new YouTube member, Michelle Hughes.
Thank you.
Confetti cannon for Michelle.
So we'll do a coupon next week. Today we're gonna decide what that coupon is so that we can put that up. We'll probably just put it up before we leave, or so that we don't have to worry about it when we're out of town.
Okay. DJF57 says, how do you cut the squares so accurately?
I use Creative Grids rulers, and I always use a sharp Alpha blade. I switch those out regularly. I do prefer the endurance blades over the regular because they do last longer, but I sometimes starch, like with this little project I didn't because it would distort it, but you know, I starch, I iron, I make sure everything has wrinkles out of it before I cut, and when I cut, I have got comments on this. I really push down on my ruler, and I've got comments like, oh, you push too hard, but that's just how I do it. And I love to cut. That's my favorite part. I would rather starch, cut, and then bind. Those are my favorite. It's sewing, I'm like, I just want it over with. But I love to cut. Like, I could just cut quilts if somebody would just sew them.
Okay.
Not really. Don't send me any.
That's funny. And today you were using the charm packs, so that come.
Yeah, and so the charm packs were already, the mini charm packs were already pre-cut, which helps if you're doing something quick.
Helen on Facebook says, are you sewing over the pins when you sew?
No, I try not to. I mean, I do every now and then on accident, but I try not to. Yeah.
Pam Zaratsky says, Kimberly, do you have a go-to snack that you munch on when you sew?
Oh, Starbucks. I literally drink Starbucks tea. I have one already in the fridge from this morning and one on my desk in my Yeti. And I like their yogurt. I have it about 2 or 3 times a day. That's usually my dinner. As far as snacks, not really. I don't want to say I don't snack, but yeah, I usually just go. I don't really have time to get up. I like goldfish though. I don't have any.
Robin Winter says, Avondale Tablerunner Kit, how much backing fabric would I need to get?
Okay, let me look. Oh, I put my pattern up.
Or do we have a backing set for it as well?
I don't think we have a backing set. I think we just have yardage, but we have plenty of yardage. Backing of choice, 1 3/4 yards.
Cheryl Lewis says, do you use bobbins from Juki or generic like off of eBay?
Juki. So, they're just the metal ones, but I buy them on Amazon, so I don't know, maybe they're not Juki, I don't know. I just literally go to Amazon and I type Juki, blah, 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 bobbin, and then I just buy them by the big bag, and I've had those forever. But I just prefer to I have to do everything at like I don't know what you call that, but like, what did Ford invent, Lily? The assembly line.
Oh, like cars.
She's like the cars. So like assembly line. So it's like I try to do all the things at one time. So like I'll just wind bobbins all at one time. I'll do all the stitching at one time. I press all at one time. Like I try to do everything so I can get stuff done. Like I know today I'm taking a nap though. I do. I'm just gonna admit it right now. I'm like, I haven't had a nap in forever. I'm tired. I had visitors all weekend, and then like immediately it's just like I need to be by myself with my little doggy.
Cindy on Facebook says, what does set the seam do?
So when you press your seam down, it kind of locks in your stitches, and so when you press to the side, it's less likely to like just move around and dance, like your fabric will dance. It'll just kind of keep it, it doesn't even make sense like when I say it, but it works. So if you just set it, it kind of locks those seams, and then when you press, it's less likely to just start moving everywhere. And I do it all the time. if I try to like skip that step because I'm in a hurry, then I regret it. So.
Sharon on YouTube says, how much backing fabric do we need for the runner? And does one of your runner battings work with this?
Yes. Yeah. The Happy Cloud will work.
Noreen Kilby says, will the fabric requirements for the Sew Sampler Mystery be available soon?
They are available. If you look on our Kimberly Stitch Squad, we posted them. The difference is going to be that in the kit, they come with pre-fused applique pieces. And so what we did for fabric requirements, if you don't buy the kit, is we just added that as part of your fat quarter. And you'll just have to hand cut those all yourself, but there should be plenty, and that was released this week.
Okay. Lee Flower says, got here late, wanted to shout out to Fat Quarter Shop customer service. They are awesome, and we've been seeing a lot of love for customer service.
Thank you, and they watch the videos, so Terry show all of them this, and Elva, Terry watches all of them, so she can show all of them how much you guys love them.
Robin D says, when will we get to see the Goodness Grows quilt?
Probably in 2 weeks. It is finished, it is complete, the binding is done. We just didn't want to have like we didn't want to show it too early because we didn't want to get complaints that there was like a spoiler. So like it's not May 1st yet, but next week we're not showing because I'm going to be in Salt Lake City and it's going to be all Lori. So the week after I'll put it on the agenda.
Mm-hmm. Megan Cooper says, what size half square triangle paper did you use on the doll quilt?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't make it, but I'll look. Let me look. I just quilted it. It's 1 inch finished, so H100. And these blocks are in her book. So this, let's see. So basically the doll quilt is different blocks put together, so that would be like one block. But she's showing in there how you can put different blocks to get a different look.
And Michelle Hardy says, will Lori's new project bag only be available in blue or maybe
Yes.
a red version at some point?
Right now it's just going to be blue. Whenever we do too many colors of things, the sales are just not, we don't have enough sales for it. So, you know, if they were like, if we sold out of the blue, yes. But right now it's just one color.
Linda on YouTube says, what is the name of the book she showed the blocks from?
Vintage Christmas.
And the Melanie Grace says, what's the best way to make 2 quilts in 1 weekend for newborn twins?
I would do mini charm packs, and I would do 9 patches, and I would put 4.5 inch squares all the way around it, and I would do exactly what I just did in chain piece and get it done. You could probably get it 2 quilts done in 5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I would totally do that. Yeah, I would just, yeah. When I give a gift to somebody, they're gonna love it no matter what. I don't want to put like, I would never make something that's like Lori Holt hard and then give it to somebody because I wouldn't know if they would really take care of it. That's how I am.
Carla on YouTube was asking, what kind of tea do you drink?
Okay, I order black unsweet tea at Starbucks. Extra ice, no water, add 2 scoops of honey. And I love the tea at Starbucks. I love the tea at Chili's. I went to Chili's twice this week. And I love the tea at Chewy's, which is like a Mexican food brand or chain here. It's kind of started in Austin. It's in a couple of places, but those are where I love to get tea. And I will leave at lunch and I will probably go to, for my lunch, I have to run an errand, but I will probably get yogurt for lunch and like 2 teas. I probably won't even go. The Chick-fil-A by my house it closed, but it reopened. So I could go there, but I don't know.
Stephanie Metz says, oh, what is the background sashing fabric on Teresa's quilt top?
So Kate will have to link it. It is, it's Memoranda, I believe. The collection is called Memoranda. It is by Tim Holtz. And we'll have to, I obviously can't, I don't know the SKU on the top of my head, but we will link to it. But it's really awesome. It's like, I don't know, that's lovely. Kevin would love that quilt.
Okay. The Melanie Grace says, what crime podcast do you listen to while you quilt?
So I listen to a lot. I listen to some of my favorites right now are True Crime Bullshit. Sorry, that's the name of it. Crawl Space. My Favorite Murder. That's like, everybody knows that one. Generation Y. True Crime All the Time. I'm trying to give a shout out to the ones that I like, love the best. A Murder in My Family and Criminology. So those are the ones that I never skip an episode ever. Lots of others I will listen to, and sometimes I turn it off, sometimes they're too. But those are ones where I like the commentary, I like the hosts. They don't annoy me. You know, sometimes they just go on and on, which is kind of like what I feel like I do here. I just go on and on, and I'm like, why do people watch me? But those are ones where they kind of stick to the stick, or they stick to their format, and I like their format. But I am probably subscribed to 80, but the ones that I just listed, I actually do Patreon, which is similar to your YouTube membership. And so I always listen to those extra. Last night I was watching on Crawl Space, their Patreon is actually, I was so proud of myself to even figure out how to do it because I'm like clueless with technology. They have their Patreon video. It was a video of them talking. So I enjoyed it because I could actually watch them talking, and then I was like, oh, that's what they look like. But I like Crawl Space.
Okay. Threadology goal, so close.
Oh my gosh, we're almost to $19,000. I'm so excited. Thank you. I mean, I can't even, like, it is like so awesome. We are granting wishes starting in June. So right now the Make-A-Wish Foundation is setting up with the families. Basically they email and say, where would you like to host this at? Do you want to do it at your office? And Kevin basically wrote back and said, whatever works for the family, we will go to the family. So basically the family gets to pick, you know, where they have it, they pick the date, and then we go. And so we will obviously share stories from it. I don't know if we would share photos. That seems kind of exploitative. That's not why we're doing this. We're not doing this to show you a picture of someone. I mean, we're just doing it to help people, but I mean, I can't even, like, I'm like so thankful. I can't even. Makes me want to just like cry.
Reba Pool says, do you square your fabric before you cut? If yes, is there a video for that?
No. I don't do that. I just cut. I just iron and cut.
And Patricia Lewis says, what is the special goodie for the Goodness quilt?
The applique templates is like huge. I think that's what it is. I don't know that there's anything else in that kit. I'll have to have Kate answer that. But I sewed from the kit, and I will tell you those applique templates were awesome because I don't applique, and they were great. Like, I was worried. I was like scared to use them, and like, oh, I'm gonna mess them up, and I don't know. I'm just like, I get nervous when it's not something that I'm used to, and they worked great. It was awesome. So we'll probably do that in the future since we found a company that is reliable, great service, you know, great product. We can do that in the future now that we have figured that out.
Camille on YouTube says, do you open up the back of a 4-patch to form a pinwheel for less bulk?
No, I don't do that. I don't like to do that. It takes, first of all, it takes too much time. Second of all, I'm just afraid that I'm going to pull those stitches and it's going to weaken the seam. But that is, if you want to do that, do it. Like, I am all for do you. Whatever you want to do it. I just don't trust myself to like not cut into the seam, and like I go way too fast for that. But like Jerry Robinson, for example, she has beautiful quilts, beautiful books, beautiful work. She does that. Her stuff is amazing. So it's just my personality and that don't go together. But I think if you should always try. I believe in trying all things. And if you like it, do it. If you don't like it, don't do it. So I tried it and I didn't like it.
Cool. Catherine Shelton says, are you coming to the quilt show in Salt Lake?
Yes. I'm coming and I'm doing whatever Lori tells me to do, and we're gonna obviously have her new book there. She'll do book signings. I'm basically gonna just help her with her classes. It's gonna be awesome. But I'm only going because Lori wants me to come.
Alicia Morrow says, are you coming to Kansas City for Quilt Market in May and or
Yes.
Quilt Festival in June?
Quilt Market, yes. So I'm going, I changed my schedule because of my daughter's dance. So I'm leaving a day later than normal and coming home a day earlier than normal, but I will be there. I'm just gonna miss schoolhouse, but you know, my employees can fully handle it, and my daughter comes first. And I've been traveling way too much. Okay, so guys, I hope you guys have a great weekend, great weather. It's like so beautiful here, and I will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching, and I hope that you learned like just something about speed today. But like I said, be you, be positive, have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week.